Hi, it's Eva, and I have decided to start sharing my monthly budget. And let me tell you, that is really scary because, I'm putting my numbers on the internet. I guess, I also put my age on the internet, so that's kind of scary too, but not my weight. Sorry. Anyway, I think it's important. If I can have just one person feel less ashamed and more empowered, then you know what? I am going to put on my big girl panties and suck it up. So, and, let's be honest, most importantly, it's giving me accountability if I do this every month because once I start, I can't stop. Yeah. So, all right, let's do this. Oh, and this video is also going to have the best, the simplest, and the most mind-blowing budgeting tip ever. Like seriously, it it's it's actually uncomfortable. So, if you're curious, stay to the end. All right, you should also know I'm not like a great editor, so there might be some jumping around. I'm going to put the budget on the screen, I hope. So please forgive me if stuff is all over the place, all right? I am a one woman show. So fingers crossed. I will say this about my numbers. Every time I look at them, I always remember how far I've come. It actually wasn't that many years ago when the only job I could get was a part-time minimum wage job at Kmart. So, yeah, during the recession. So I have really come far from that. I am no longer making minimum wage and no longer working part-time. I put in way too many hours, but yeah, it's definitely, it, I've come a long way. There's so much guilt and shame wrapped around death. And honestly, look, it happens. Sometimes it's out of our control. Other times, yeah, we did it to ourselves. But either way, there is no judgment here. Zero. Remember, shame-free zone. Okay. So let's dive into my July budget. In early June, I switched my car insurance, which freed up a lot of cash in my sinking funds, which I threw at debt, and I made that really big payment that got me so excited and fired up. And look, I'll admit I have been half assing it for a while and complaining, oh, I'm too busy, I do too much. And look, all those things are true, but those aren't good excuses. So now that I'm seeing progress, I'm all in and fired up. So, all right. Few things to remember before we get into the numbers. One, I live in a high cost of living area. I'm very lucky that my housing is as affordable as it is. I just fell into this place. Number two, I'm not working. I'm not moving. Don't suggest it, please. My son is in a school he loves. I love it here. My job is here. And no, I wouldn't get the same comp package somewhere cheaper. Moving would actually cost me more money and throw me deeper into debt. So again, do not tell me to move. All right? Cool? Number three, I am also well compensated for what I do, and I like my job. I've got a great boss. Yes, I constantly complain about the commute, but I don't look for a new job. So obviously, it's not as bad as I complain about. The 3 hours a day, you know what? I'm not looking for a new job. So there you go. Okay, so now let's talk about how I budget. I keep it simple. I don't track every single penny. I'm not breaking down whether the $14.97 I spent at Stop and Shop was for laundry soap or for snacks or the breakdown. I do not do that. Here are some of the reasons why. Number one, ain't nobody got time for that. I work a full-time job that I complain about the commute. I've got a side gig and I'm taking a certification course. So I am busy. This is about progress, not perfection. Number 3, tracking every microtransaction is exhausting and just not worth it for me. I round my numbers. I don't separate my groceries from my household stuff. It's all in one. Reason number 4, when I try to be the perfect budgeter, I fail. If I'm off by 42 cents, then for me, it's not working. You know, I've learned not to play into that anxiety anymore. Lots of therapy will do that. And when I try to be the perfect budgeter, it's done. Done. So thank you, therapy. Number 5, entertainment is a broad category for me. And that's okay because guess what? That's what works for me. It's my budget. Number 6, sinking funds and my emergency fund are all in one account. I do not separate my sinking funds to like different accounts, like this is for Christmas, this is for school, this is for car insurance. I can't be bothered with that. Like I know what I need every month or every check, whatever, in my sinking funds, and that's the way I do it. I can't be bothered. And this one is the most important thing. I budget 1 month ahead. So the money I use to pay my bills with have been sitting in my checking account for a month. I started doing this instead of budgeting with like future money that I hadn't earned yet. And I have to tell you, that changed my life. And I'm going to make more videos about that because it really is important. And that's the best way to budget if you have inconsistent income. Um, Not an affiliate link or a sponsor or whatever, although if they want to, they can. You need a budget, YNAB. That's how they like work you up to it to get a month ahead. So if if you need a budgeting software, that's like one of the really like best. I think it's the best one out there, but that's me. So again, not sponsored, although if they want to, they can. If you love tracking every penny, go for it. Do what works for you. I'm doing what works for me. And I have a budget that I can actually stick to. And now that I'm not half-assing it, I'm sticking to it. So, all right. So let's go down the list. My income that's listed there isn't just income. I'll explain it as we get to it. So, all right. Do you guys want that tip that'll totally like change your life? Like I'm talking earth shattering. Okay. It will, it's going to sound so simple, but it actually makes me squirm when I do it. Oh, when I mean squirm in a good budget awakening way, is there such a thing? All right. When you're filling out your budgeting worksheet, always put a dollar sign next to every single amount. Don't just write 150, write dollar sign 150 because without it, those are just plain numbers and they're like abstract. They're easy to ignore. But when you put a dollar sign there, that's like a reality check. So it turns it from like vague math to actual money. It makes it real. And that's where the magic happens and the accountability begins. So please make sure you have put that dollar sign. I know, simple, like, trust me on that one. That was like, when I started doing that, it was like, oh, God, that's money. It's not just numbers. All right, so let's go down my list. So my cell phone is $75 a month, and that's for 2 cell phones. Spotify is $20 a month. And I'm going to tell you, touch my Spotify and I will cut you. I will cut you deep, okay? Do not say, well, that's $20 a month you can put towards debt. No, don't touch my Spotify. My housing is $1,600 a month, which is really cheap for where I live, and I'm not changing that. That also includes like utilities and Wi-Fi for the most part. All right, so my variable expenses, entertainment. It's a broad category. It includes eating out, tickets for things. Doesn't include train tickets because I have transit benefits at work, and that's where pre-tax dollars are taken out. It's like a 401k, and that lowers my taxable income. I wish it would cover my parking pass because I don't think it does, and that's like $600 a year. So, but at least it covers my train and the subway. Easy Pass and gas, I started combining them this month because they do go hand in hand. And remember, I'm about making my life easier, okay? So I do budget 125 for that, but it's usually less. All right, July's groceries were 500. My son works at a summer camp. It's his first job, by the way, and they provide lunch. So when he's back in school, it will go up a bit, but I'm going to try to keep it at 500. Sinking and emergency fund, they stay together in the same high yield savings account. One account, not 17 accounts. I'm sorry, I am not spending my free time, what little free time I have, keeping track of everything, okay? I refuse. You can't make me. All right, so I had another awesome debt payoff month. I was able to pay off $3,525. And yeah, that really motivated me. So the way I did it this month was I have a contract job. I did in June and July. My friend's company has a hiring freeze and a maternity leave, but things still need to get done. So projects. So my friend asked if I was available, which she knew I was, and she knows everything. So she hired me for a contract position, and it was about 2000-ish dollars. So I finished that project. I have another one for July, and even though it's the beginning of August, I'm just about done with it. So yeah, I'm like so excited. I don't have anything for September, or for August, I should say, because that's part of how I budget. That even though I earned that money, say in June, I didn't pay June's bills with it. That was for July. So what I earned in July is going to go into August because I budget, I pay my bills a month ahead. I have it saved a month ahead. I already have it saved. All right. I know that was confusing, but okay. Please remember I round up my numbers. So whereas my projected budget was 4375 without the extra 2000, so it did change it to 6395. And if say like groceries 500, if I spend 480, like that's 500 to me. Okay? Like I don't get crazy with the numbers because I think that's where so many people fail. And I'm not setting myself up for failure anymore. I refuse. I refuse. Done. I am done with that. All right, so that was July's budget. Oh my God, like, does feel weird to put it out there, and I will be doing these every month. My debt payoff is on an Excel spreadsheet. Um, you know, that's it. I would love it to be like with cool, like columns and formulas, but it's not. So use an Excel spreadsheet, or you know what? There are so many good ones out there, even if you pay a couple of bucks for. Um, I do recommend YNAB. Again, not sponsored, but feel free because they're actually really good. So yeah, I feel great. July was awesome. And yeah, bring on August, man. I am ready because I will have the 2000 to pay towards debt in August. So hopefully, I can get some other side hustle gig thing after the first month and I made that first amount of money. You know what? I sent emails and text messages to everyone I know saying, in my field saying, hey, just an FYI, if you need someone to do a little project work, I'm available. So yeah, I'm extremely grateful to my friend who had reached out to me because I didn't reach out to her. And she's fantastic and wonderful, and I adore her. So thank you. And thank you for watching till the end. So yeah, I will see you next month with this type of video. And I'm going to get into a little more of what my goals are as far as when I would like to pay off my debt. Obviously, tomorrow would be nice, but unless I get a big windfall, that's not going to happen. But I'm working towards it. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.